Yeah, so basically I was saying how I had made the part 2, but it got deleted. So I'm like, either I make it again or I assume my spiritual team do not want me talking about that. So I'm gonna just try to be very mindful of what I say. But anyway, yeah, so the all of these different beings, particular higher realm beings, were vibrating, or like they were in my space, in my home, um for I don't know how long of a period it was, but it seemed like it was for a while. I want to say maybe a week or two, or a week and a half. I don't know. After I went through the process of being on that lockdown process, like I said, I was guided in a certain way where it was like I couldn't eat certain things, but then I was being taught about what I could eat. You know, now everything makes sense. It didn't make sense at the time when I was going through the thick of it, especially because I had just came out of an intense spiritual battle of warfare, that psychic attacks that was like the worst that I've ever experienced in my life, that almost made me fold to a certain degree. And I had just came out of that, so I was still like trying to get myself together, and trying to come to a understanding of everything. So I was just going along with the process. But during that lockdown, the only people I was dealing with was my spiritual team. They was the only ones that was allowed to come and go within my space. And then there were certain beings that would come through, like wanting to witness me, because apparently I something had happened in the spiritual realms concerning me. And like I said, I'm not going to divulge too much. Um, Something had happened, and it got to a point where I had gotten on lockdown after I had went through the process that I went through, which was like an initiation. Right now, I know that now. And then there were different beings that had came through, like wanting to witness me, and it was only particular beings that my spiritual team would allow through. And I gave one of the beings permission to, like, at least they asked for permission. I mean, I appreciate that, because some of them, that just wanted to like follow me and witness me and watch how I come into my power, basically. And then I went through the process of all these higher dimensional beings just coming into my space, like everybody just witnessing me and watching me and observing me and this, that, and the third. And this was like a big thing for me, because I had these programs within myself that was instilled through the matrix, that they had implanted within me around being seen. And in a previous video, I was telling you guys about how with chosen ones, with the dream infiltration and things, especially for us not to, because they know who's who. The opposition not wanting you to fulfill your mission or step into who you really are. Like many times they will implant programs within you so that you won't tap into that full capability within yourself, or you won't step fully in your purpose or in your power, just to try to deter, to reroute you off course, right? So I had this whole fear narrative around being seen, which is, because even like with me being on the internet and making videos now, like this was, I had to like break those programs, and I had to realize that I had those programs, that they were programs that was implanted in me in order to stop me from doing what I was supposed to do. But anyway, so I had these beings vibrating in my space, and I realized now that that process was helpful in the sense that it was calibrating my body, because at the time when I was going through it, their their frequency, sorry, someone was calling me, their frequency was very it was bothering my body. Like my nose would be nonstop running. Like I couldn't stop my nose from running. My sinuses was all messed up. I was having breathing issues. My head was like, my crown chakra was like so raw. It was so painful to so many degrees. But I don't really know if that one had something to do with them. It was just the fact that I was so open, and I so open and tapped into everything. And at one point, it had gotten to the point because of the pain where it was like I could barely get sleep. And also because of that psychic warfare nonsense I went through that I had almost got taken over, it messed with me a little bit, my psyche at first. And it took me a while to recalibrate. So I had my spiritual team there. They was doing things for me. At one point, only one of my spiritual team, which y'all would probably call a guardian angel, only he was like allowed to like touch my crown. And at times I would even have to ask him just in order to get some sleep, because to like close my crown, like close it some so I can get, because it was just too much. And I'm saying all this to say, for chosen ones, or those that are going to be tapping into their multidimensionality and coming into this awareness, that you will have to have your body calibrated in order to sustain these high levels of frequencies. So all those beings coming and staying in my space for a week, and then mind you, we're all multidimensional beings, so it's not like they could leave an aspect of themselves there, like their signature, like their energy signature there, but they wouldn't necessarily be there all the time. They could still go other places, and you're multidimensional. So I don't know if it makes sense if I'm saying it anyway. But anyway, so that process was calibrating my body and helping my body to learn how to sustain high levels of frequency, so that my body could be adjusted to the receiving of these frequencies, to being in the midst of these frequencies, and just stuff like that. So that's part of not everybody's gonna go through my process. I'm just telling you my process of what I went through. But we are always being calibrated to a certain degree or worked on. Like, you always have, like, even beings or interdimensional beings that you can't see. They're always working on our field to different degrees. Like, they always do this light signature thing with their fingers. They're always like doing stuff with our crown or stuff within our field, where they're really always calibrating us, because there are a lot of things that goes on in the energetic realms and behind the energetic scenes that we are so unprivy to all the time, that if they were not doing the things that they're doing and on top of things, many of us would be unalived, or we would be like so declined, or like in just dire straits. Like, if you really knew like the type of things that goes on, or the type of stuff that's sent your way, and the projections and all types of things, right? And there's many times too that there are way stations within the energetic realms, like particular way stations that will where they also work on our bodies as well. So sometimes it's like your consciousness will go to these particular way stations, like let's say a hospital in one of the energetic realms, and they'll work on your energetic bodies within the hospital. Like, one time I had surgery in one of the energetic realms, and which was so crazy, like, because I was having this problem with my arm for like months and months, that I just couldn't like get on top of physically, and I didn't know what was going on. And then it was like one day I just woke up in the hospital in the energetic realm, and I'm like, and I didn't know what I was doing there, or at first, or what was going on. And one of the ladies, she already knew me, and then when I had got guided out of the hospital, I saw that, because the way it's set up, like, you could just tell. For me personally, I could tell, okay, I'm in like a way station in one of the energetic realms. But anyway, they did that surgery on me. I never had that pain again. And mind you, I don't know what it was. It could have been something somebody sent towards me, something I picked up, anything that goes on within your energetic field, within your energetic bodies. They be on top of it. Especially if it's going to affect your mission. If it's going to affect your mission, or it's something that's potentially going to take you out before your time, or have you in decline, or something like that. Like, they are on top of these things. So these are practices that happen as well. Anyway, I hope I addressed everything. I feel like I was jumping all around. I just wanted to like let people know that when you step into your multi-dimensional capabilities, at first it's going to be jarring for the body, and the body has to be calibrated to the frequency levels and to being adjusted, not just physically being shocked by things that you might see, but now you have to be physically able to adjust and hold these frequencies. So that was the main thing I was trying to touch on. I hope